Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video of that sweet ass fucking Tokyo Ghoul re-invoke. And in today's episode, what I'm doing is covering a little bit more on the game. We do have a very lazy Wednesday today. However, there's been a lot of data mines and new details as to potentially the future of re-invoke. So today what we're going to do is we're going to cover the off season. We're going to discuss the things that have been data mined on the game, and then we'll try and cover everything from there. So first and foremost, I want to go into this tab and talk about the new war coming up, because it is something to be interested in. So the re-invoke anniversary starts as of next Tuesday. Supposedly March the 12th is going to be the kickoff for when everything starts off. And here we have some details as to the maintenance that's happening then. So currently we'll have a war, or we'll have the off season between March 5th and March 12th, and then a new war will start on that day of what seems to be a week-long war from the 12th to the 19th. However, it seems like there might be something implemented during this part and during the season to try and experiment with new mechanics inside the game, because we also have some data mines from Kevin as to a supposed new mini game where certain characters will have different abilities, and we will have new benefits different characters, such as stats like movement speed increases, there's guard rate increases, HP boost to certain groups, there's avoidance increases, and the thing that clues me in the most to the details as the game and what's going to be changing about it is the word movement speed. Because currently inside the game, we are entirely turn-based. We're entirely based on, and then I hit this button, and this character does one attack. However, the idea that they're going to be swapping it to a system that requires a movement speed is really interesting to me, because the devs of this game are the same ones that are working on Tokyo Ghoul Call to Exist over on the PS4. And they use the same models, they use the same everything, and it seems like they're actually releasing the units inside this game as the order they're using to make inside Call to Exist. Like, for example, as this came out, we got details for the Call to Exist High Say and all the Quink Squad because they're already inside this. We've had models for characters like the Rabbit Ayato Iskagune, we've had Dollhouse Juzo, stuff like that. And some of them haven't even been released to the game just yet. Like Ayato hasn't been released, but his model was made for Call to Exist, so he was put into this game because it just fits. So I'm curious as to how they're going to do this and how the game is going to change with this. I'm skeptical, I think, because there are games that went through a revamp that started to use systems like movement speed and became noticeably worse. My prime example is My Hero Academia Smash Rising. Smash Tap was fantastic. It lacked content quite a bit, but the actual foundation was great. However, they changed it to almost a turn-based beat-em-up style game where you use skills and they have a movement speed thing where the characters all run toward one enemy and they punch it on an auto type of like runner thing. I'm hoping that's not what this is going to be, because that would be the worst case scenario right now. However, I'm skeptical and interested, and I have a feeling that the next war is going to be them testing that new game mode from the 12th to the 19th and seeing how that works. However, we also had a data mine of a new kind of break bonus in an avoid break, meaning whenever you break an enemy, you get a bonus to your avoid rate, and a GS attack break bonus, which is ×3 attack. So whatever is coming up soon, and whatever a horrifying Black Reaper-esque possible man could be coming to the game, is going to be a great scenario, because it seems like whoever's dropping for the anniversary is going to be super broken. A lot of the stuff currently sitting here is... It seems like they got lazy over the last little while since the beginning of January for re-invoke, and I guess now we're seeing why. Because you're preparing some sort of new system inside the game, including the revival of stuff like attachments, which was equips like Quinkes and like armor that you could put on characters to improve them. Groups, which is like CCG, Ghoul, Aogiri, certain typings and teams will matter more, so that's going to be really interesting. all of these things are going to make the game be a lot more in-depth, and I guess that's why they're doing the reruns, these characters like this. I also noticed they got rid of the other newer quest. So now we have the Uta and we have the Kaneki and Nishiki from the beginning. So as of the next off-season, post the next war, this Kaya is going to go away and will be entirely into a new rotation from the beginning in terms of the off-season SSRs, which is kind of unfortunate. However, that is a mark that it has been an entire year since, or not an entire year, but it's been an entire rotation on that. And so we're into the next stage of the game almost, because we've went through every single raid character inside it. So it's interesting. We're going through a huge transitionary phase inside the game where we're gonna have a lot more stuff released as of next week, or supposedly next week. My assumption is it releases on the next Tuesday. But it's going to be so curious, and we will be getting a notification for the maintenance as of next Monday to see how long that is, and if it is like a 10-hour maintenance, for example, it's going to be exciting. So that's currently how the game is sitting right now, and I am really interested in it. I am really interested in how they're going to end up doing this, and obviously we do have the maintenance rewards being given out from the 5th to the 19th, so that's the end of the next war, so it's going to be something interesting. We also had a playable Furuta drop here inside the game, which is super interesting. Genuinely, he's another one of those premium units that you don't really want to pull for all that much unless you really need a replacement for a certain unit. However, he does seem to be super interesting. First and foremost, Rotten Follow Furuta. That's some good shit right there. With a light unit with 7,412 HP, 494 attack, 386 defense, 9 AP, and 8 durability, with unique ability of plus 4 AP. All in all, not too bad of a base kit for a premium unit. He does have some pretty good attack increases later on, so he does get to a pretty decent tier, I'd say, because he also gets plus 1,000 HP, which is kind of meh, plus 600 attack, which is pretty crazy. Plus 4 durability, which isn't as good because his defense is so low. It would almost be better if he got like a plus 200 defense in that case. However, you take what you can get. And he also has an SS minus 1.6 times break synergy. So all in all, he will be great for pulling inside future banners as a filler. He's honestly going to be really fun to play with regardless. I'm not a huge fan of his actual model and how he attacks and everything. I find he's not quite as expressive as I would expect off of a character like this. However, he's real neato, and I'm excited to see how he goes inside future wars. Obviously, we don't have very many bleed light synergies. Sorry, bleed light? Light bleed synergies currently inside the game. And he also has a 0.5 times debuff to attack on the enemy team. He does 1.5 times attack, or 1.5 times attack times 6 hits. So all in all, pretty alright unit. I would say he's going to be great for future fillers. However, I'm not going to end up pulling on him myself. However, I'm glad to see we actually get a Furuta inside this game. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do his future models and hopefully make him a little bit more, I don't know. I'm hoping that his facial animations and his dead expression fix, because I'll pop up his actual skill animation on screen right now with his face. I find it just looks so wrong. It just looks like he's structured in a really gross, flat way. But it's going to be interesting. And what we will be doing today is I wanted to go ahead and use all the tickets from the war, because I did end up losing, unfortunately, but I can pop those off, and then we'll do a little bit of grinding on the Uta, and then just kind of see how that goes. However, that's actually an SSR. Can I get the final dupe Heisei to finish off my entire boy? You got this. Oh wow, that's 2. Heisei and Eto. Best case scenario. Watch this. Bop it. Hoji. Eto, wow. I will take that though, absolutely. Thank you for that shit. So now my Eto is actually up to 60%. Here, where is she? Within the process of one war, I've gotten 4 copies of her in total. And now I can actually use her for the bleed and paralysis synergy that I was looking for. Good stuff. Genuinely. And that's also the attack debuff completely buffed up as well. Now I'm just missing, well, obviously 2 more dupes, but just a little bit more of her upgrades. I'm definitely gonna end up using her during the next war. Good stuff. Thank you, Reinvoke. I appreciate that. Let me do a ticket multi on the dispatch. Maybe I'll get another one of those Romas or Shirazus. That happens a lot, however. That is it. All in all, pretty good stuff. And let me go ahead and make a team that we can run into the Uta and have a good time with. I want to do all light units. Okay, so I have made my light team. We're going to hop into this Uta. Apparently, I've never actually played his level, or I have actually played his level before, which I don't remember when, but I guess I did it. Maybe he was around during one of the wars in the later parts of when I first started this account. Interesting. So we are going into this with Anto 60%, Heisei 80, ReAkira, which just kinda is here. She'll exist. We have 60% Hoji here, and just generally gonna have a good time. I think this is gonna be a real pleasant time, and likely this team will actually be able to auto this quest, hopefully. I actually want to get the Uta done by the end of the war, because depending on how this ends up going, this definitely would be the time to have a bunch of Haka on deck already. I need to get as much as possible during this little period because something's coming. And whenever it ends up coming, whatever it ends up being is going to be horrifying, and I am super ready for it. I will go ahead and pop through this. I probably want to save Eto's skill for the final boss. However, I want to get Akira's ready here. We're going to try to get the break as soon as possible, because likely he's going to end up dying pretty hard here. So we'll pop Eto, get that sweet-ass bleed and attack down. Good stuff. He can't be paralyzed, but how about we whip it? Go, Akira. Oh man, 5,000 damage, that's crazy. It's so weird that she does so little even inside this environment. You literally are made for this level, and you're still managing to be meh. Good stuff either way. I love her animations though. I definitely think that my luck has been really good in terms of tickets recently. I wouldn't mind maxing out these characters with stimulants right now, but I feel like I probably shouldn't, because going forward, I have 60, 70 right now, and I'm definitely looking forward to using on one of the characters coming up soon. I usually get them just off of dispatching during the war, and I've actually had some really good luck with it recently. Like here, let me check this. I have 67 in total right now. So whatever character I end up pulling on inside the future anniversary banner or whatever, all I need is one copy to be able to max them out fully. So it's gonna be a good time going forward. I definitely think it's gonna be really enjoyable to experiment with all of this and have a good time. However, next week is gonna be a big one over here on JP, and we will see how Global ends up doing during this period as well, because likely we'll get the update on both versions of the game if it does end up coming out. So it is currently almost the 2-year anniversary of Tokyo Ghoul Reinvoke, and the 6-month anniversary of Tokyo Ghoul Rebirth, which we're leading up to. The 9-week anniversary will end, I believe, next Tuesday when the Hinami drops. So we're into that period on both versions of the game. Honestly, things are coming, and I'm really excited for it. I will see you guys when that comes up. And I guess take it easy until that shit pops off. Bye for now, everybody. Pshoo. Ta-da.